Hi guys, welcome back to my Unreal Engine course. My name is Hussein Mashaykhi and I hope that you are all doing well wherever you are. Okay, our scene is 99% done. In this session, we're going to learn how to create an executable file to give to our clients so that they could just walk in our project and see it for themselves. Okay, so before you create that executable file, you need to install some required packages and files. I have already installed those and I'm gonna start this video by creating an executable so that you can see what it looks like. After that, I'm going to delete everything, delete all those files and install them again. So right now I go to platforms and select Windows, okay, from this list. You may not see these items because you have not installed them yet, but I go to Windows and click on Package Project, all right? Then I select the destination for it and click on Select Folder so that it's installed in that folder. And I wait for it to be completed. And the time is 12:17 right now. Let's see how much it takes. Now, as this is getting complete, let me tell you about some of these output log errors and warnings. So as you can see right now, we are seeing warnings and errors. You may get several errors, numerous errors for your different projects. Each error could come from a unique problem. We cannot have a fix for all, solution for all of them. So the first thing that you need to do is to Google that error. First read it, try to understand it, and then if you didn't, Google it and see what the top solutions are, and then try to rectify that problem. Right now my packaging has been completed, so we're gonna get to that momentarily and see what that file looks like. But before I get to that, I want to emphasize that you need to be able to search for those errors and get used to that process of searching to find solutions, because each time you are working on a new project and based on the stuff that you do in that project, you may get different errors and you cannot, memorize a fix for all of your problems. All right. So let's go ahead and go to our folder and see what our executable file gives us. So it's inside this folder called Windows. And here this .exe with Unreal Engine icon file is the one that our client is going to execute. And the icon for it can be modified as well. We have some accompanying files and folders too. So let's just see how much it takes on our hard drive, 2.6 gigabytes, because I have a very heavy project. You can get rid of some of the vertices in your original file so that it takes less space on your hard drive. Okay, let's just wait for it to be loaded and see what our client sees. Okay, so this is what our client gets to see and do. This is how they could just walk inside the project and move between the furniture, go toward the kitchen and see everything for themselves with the pace and camera height that we have made for this. Okay, now every interactive option that the client may get to do is done with the help of blueprints. So for example, if they could just change the color of the sofa, or they could just change the lighting or do other things, open stuff, and all of that could just be done with the help of blueprints. And if you can work with blueprints, you can just provide your client with numerous opportunities and interactions, and it's gonna dazzle them. All right, like I said, before you could create that package, you need to install some files. Right now, if you go to platforms, you may see exclamation marks instead of Windows and these other items. But right now, the most important stuff that you need to install is SDK and Visual Studio. As you can see here, the version of my SDK that is installed is apparent here, and after you install it, you can see this as well. All right, so let's go ahead and actually download the required files. We go to Google and search for Visual Studio download. Forget about the ad result that we get and try to download the Visual Studio from the source itself from Microsoft. So this is the one that we are looking for. Under community, we have this free download button that we're going to click on, and then we're going to just download it. Now you could download this from other websites, but I always advise my students to download everything from the actual main source. Okay, so it's a installer. We're going to open it next. Okay, and then we click on continue. All right, so Visual Studio installer, continue. It's going to take some time to install some initial files for us. The actual files that have to be downloaded are 12 gigabytes or more, and it's going to take some time. But right now we have to select what files we need to download and install. So select Net Desktop Development, check this, okay, and then select also Desktop Development with C++. These are absolutely required files. Game Development with C++. All right, and then we need to install an SDK. So make sure you know the version of the Windows that you have. So if you don't know the version of the Windows, go right to my computer, right click and go to properties. As you can see, Windows 10 Enterprise for me. So I'm gonna check Windows 10 SDK, both of them, and then from individual components, I'm going to select NetScore 3.1 runtime. So make sure that this is selected as well. It's gonna take 16 gigabytes of download, and then I'm gonna click on install. It's gonna take some time too. Then it starts to download the required files, and after that you can install it. All right, let me show you something. After these files are installed properly, you are not going to see these exclamation mark icons, and that's a sign that everything is installed perfectly. So it's gonna take some time, and everything's going to be downloaded and installed one by one. All right, so let's save some time, skip this for now. Here we can choose a theme for our Visual Studio, which doesn't really matter. So we can choose a dark theme, for example, and then start Visual Studio. So we're not gonna actually work with Visual Studio that much, so these don't matter. Then everything's ready. We can just close it. Okay, so this is what our Visual Studio is gonna look like. Okay, so we can just close everything, go back to our Unreal Engine viewport, go to platforms under Windows and click on package. Okay, so let's create a path and select folder, and we can just create a package. And like I said previously, you can see your output log. I advise you to put it on only errors so that you can only see the errors. And like I said before, the best way to get rid of some of these errors and fix them is to just search for them in Google and apply the best solution that you can find. Okay, so one of the things that gives us a lot of errors is blueprints. Right now in our project, in this scene, we don't have that many blueprints working. We only have this one here with the camera and the character. But as you work with blueprints, in the next workshops that we're going to work with blueprints, you may get more errors, but don't worry about them. You can just fix them one by one. So right now the package is almost done, I think. Okay, it's done. Now we can just go to the folder, and as you can see, it's just empty, which is a problem that you can face too. So I'm going to show you how to fix this problem, because a lot of people face this problem, especially those who change the path of their Unreal Engine installation folder. Okay, so first right click on your Unreal Engine window, go to properties, and then click on open file location so that you could just see where it's installed. It's installed on drive E inside this new folder. I have different versions. Right now we are dealing with version 5, so UE5, and then go to the engine, then binaries. Okay, out of all these folders, go to binaries. Inside binaries, go to third party, and inside that go to .NET, then go to Windows, and then host, and then inside of it these two folders until you find this file and copy it. Okay, we need to paste this file inside two different folders. So let's go to third party, .NET, inside automation tool. This is the first place that we want to paste this. Okay, so we paste it once here, and then we go back to the .NET folder. I'm gonna paste the same file, this time inside Unreal Build Tool. Okay, right click and paste here. Okay, so everything's ready. Let's go back to Platforms, Windows, and create package again. Select the same folder and let's see what happens this time. All right, it's already done. Let's go back. The folder is again empty. All right, so if the first solution didn't work, try the next one that we're going to do right now. Search for NetScore 3.1 in Google. Download it from the Microsoft website. Our Windows is a 64-bit Windows, so I'm going to download this version. Okay, click on it. It's going to be downloaded. It's not going to take that much time because it's a very small package. After that, I'm going to install it again so that this time it's just we are making sure that everything is installed perfectly and we're not going to get those errors. So I'm going to click on install. It's going to be installed relatively quickly. Okay. And after it has been successfully installed, we can just close this window and go back to Unreal Engine and create that package, Windows package again. Select the same folder and see what happens this time. Okay, so this time a Windows folder has been created. I click on the executable file and let's see what we get. Even if you get errors at this stage, it's okay. Search for those errors in Google and you can just fix them very easily most of the time. So this time the package is working. The client can just go through this project and scene and everything seems to be working. So make sure that you create these executable files as well and tag us at vray.masterclass on Instagram, and I'm going to take a look at your work and comment on it. Okay, so all right, next I'm going to show you how to change this icon here for your executable file. So go to edit and next under edit, go to project setting. Okay, we need to make some changes here. So first I scroll down to the platforms section. Okay, platforms, then I select Windows. Okay, and now I go to game icon, and here I need to provide a new game icon, which is an icon format and also 256 pixels in 256 pixels. Okay, so I need to create a new one with this ICO format, which is the icon format. I have one here which is PNG. I want to use this image. All I have to do is to just go on Google and search for an online converter that could just do it conveniently for me. So convert JPG or PNG to ICO online. I search for something like this, then I select one of these websites, then I need to select my format, which is PNG. So let me just find PNG here. I'm going to convert it into ICO, which is icon. So let's see, PNG, I just saw it a moment ago under P. Okay, where was it? PNG, image, PNG. Okay, then I need to choose the file that I want to convert on desktop. This file, okay, it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna convert it, then I can just download it from this website. Everything has been done online, and then I can use that new image or icon. Okay, so it's this one. I didn't change the size. Make sure to do that. So I go back to platforms and then Windows and game icon. Okay, I click on these dots and then select my new icon there. All right, so if I close everything, close these, setting window, go back, create a new package from Windows, select this folder, select folder, and then wait for it to be downloaded. This time, as you can see, I get this new icon for my executable file. All right, before you upload your own, make sure to resize it in a program like Photoshop. So for example, I drag my logo inside Photoshop, press Alt and I on my keyboard, I get this window, check out the size, pixels 256 and 256. Then you get to use it for your own projects like I showed you previously. Okay, so that's it for this session, and I hope you learned a lot of valuable stuff throughout this course. Alright, so what we're going to do for the next couple of workshops that I'm going to publish is to basically first start with building a scene, building the lights for a scene, what we could call baking the scene also, especially in a software like Substance Painter, which is taking the light information and giving it to each object. For example, imagine a light map of some sort be added to a piece of furniture that could help us make the scene a lot less performance heavy. What matters for that stage is to have a good unwrapping and good UVW maps. Without them, you would basically be in trouble, so that is important as well. After that workshop, we're going to work on blueprints, as I said before, how to make our scene more interactive, how to help the client change the color of certain objects in the scene, like the sofa or the curtains, or how to turn on or off the TV or the lights, and even how to visit the project in nighttime or daytime, or even change the lights. Okay, so the last thing that I want to say is that if you have been practicing on this scene, make sure to start practicing on a new one, because with each new scene there comes a set of new challenges, but I'm sure that you will be more than able to face all of them and more. And with that, I want to wish you the best, and goodbye.